friends, let's take a look at the charts together. This is Link, obviously, Link versus Bitcoin, Link versus the dollar coin. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. I want to just say a big thank you to everybody. I genuinely appreciate your help growing the channel and their appreciation that you've shown me and the support and everything else. It's like such a fantastic feedback loop for everybody, for me, and I appreciate it. So this is me sort of feeding that back to you and saying thank you so much to everybody. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, we've done it. This is the weekly chart here on Link, and we're coming up. If we can actually sustain this price action for the next 3 days and 11 hours, then we would have our higher high on the weekly. That would be interesting to see. If I put all the drawings back in again and zoom on back into the current price action, you can see that we're breaking up above this consolidation phase, and that's very good to see happening. Going down the time frames though to sort of where we might get a bit more sort of actionable data for the immediate future, what we can see here is that we've actually managed to now take the 886. So we did exactly what we said. Thank you for watching the videos, Chainlink. I should be throwing out my biggest thanks out there to Chainlink, actually. I think more than anybody. Go down to a time frame where this is visible, the 4 hour. So we talked about how there was this, we were breaking out of this, and we could go up to the 886 before turning around, come down, retest this area at 48,000 or so, then move up towards the top side. Hope you're all paying attention here for that, and that you managed to take advantage of it, because that's exactly what's happened. Now, I'm not trying to take some sort of credit here. I'm really just saying we managed our risk. We looked at all the possibilities here of what could happen in and around this zone. In fact, we kind of knew about it from all the way back over here. We're talking about it for ages, about where the 886 was coming in at, and where we would see potential for turnarounds at, and where we could see the prices being picked up again at, and where we would have to be greedy and not be greedy, and where the fear factors would be, and everything else like that. And yes, well, we've done that now, and now what I'm looking for is, will we manage to maintain these areas up here plus 50k, so that we can actually start to try and challenge these areas in the past, and then look over towards the weekly time frame and actually achieve something higher than the 50k area, and move towards and have an upward movement. Now, bearing in mind 50k comes in in terms of the sort of the daily time frame, comes back in here below where the current price action is. So all I'm looking for really is we've got this much tolerance here in terms of the weekly time frame over the next 3 or 4 days, but I don't want to see it dropping back down there and retesting this again. I'd rather that the retest happened once, overall, and in terms of being sort of looking at things broadly. Maybe in fullness of time, we'll maybe make it up with a massive target up there at the 1618, just as a general sort of speculative, long-term, futuristic target. 62,000, that would be nice, but we've had better moves than that all the way up towards where we are here in terms of trading. We've done better than that anyway so far. That's just more of an investment style target, or indeed a trading one. But of course, we're looking, what can we break up above these areas first? This is a measuring stick that comes from this consolidation sideways symmetrical triangle, and I've taken it from this sort of far left area and then shrunk it down to where 55 to 75%, and just thought what's in and around this area, and they got the 618 there, and that's why I'm saying that's a target. That could actually be possible off the back of breaking up above this. I'm looking towards those weekly things and whatnot. Going over towards the dollar prices, it's the same story, in terms of like the goddamn accuracy in terms of what we've been talking about recently. So well done to everybody that's been trading that and kind of aware of these things, and that's all good. What have we got on the go then? So we came up and touched off the top of this zone at 490s, came back down again to the 450 area where we have this fuzzy grey line in it, looking to say that, hey, ideally the prices would have stayed above 475, but they didn't manage to do that. Instead, they needed to come down here a couple of times over the last couple of days. As you can see, it's happened today as well, and then come back up again. So overall, I'm still looking for this 475 area zone really for closes on this one, just to try and maintain this momentum on the dollar pairing. But ultimately, seeing the price going down towards 450 hasn't been too particularly scary. Moving past there maybe would be, and we could be looking towards the 420 blaze it zone. Had somebody asking me yesterday, hey Vitalik, if you're watching, some guy called Vitalik, can you believe it? Talking to me about it, saying, yeah, 420, that's a decent enough area for a stop there, but it's like a tough one because that's a pivot point in the market. And really, well, I don't have a financial advisor and I don't do financial advice, so I don't ultimately don't answer that question, as accurately. Just say in terms of what the guy was thinking, he wasn't thinking too wrongly about things. Hope everybody out there in the world is enjoying these Chainlink videos, and is getting the value from them. Let's see if we can continue this trend towards the top side. As we can see, there's no divergence here in the RSI, nor the stochastics, nor the DMI. Things are healthy enough here. There are downside targets, of course, that you can play. Easier to be a dumb bull than to be a smart bear in this market. But if you are, then you have smart bear. 448 would be a decent profit taking target. Excuse me, but the sirens, if you hear them, yep, well, is what it is. And 475, of course, you could play this range just here if you're a scalper. And if you're looking towards sort of the trend trading, then going up towards the top side here, first profit taking line will obviously be again where this channel is and this sort of green drawn in line and everything else there, the 886 and that's a profit taking line there. But we know that $5 itself, psychological round area, talking like all-time highs and all the rest of it here as well. So there will be some selling at that point, you'd imagine, and if there isn't, then you could bust right through. Then maybe you're looking at that 1618 on the Bitcoin site pairing, and over here on this one, I reckon that would probably take us up to about the 550 or $6 area if that was the case. But yeah, just in general, there could obviously be pullbacks at certain points when you're looking at things like how this is slightly overbought. But we're up into the bullish control zone here now, having achieved that without the divergence. Things are looking healthy overall. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Hope you have a great day out there, everybody.